I hope this video finds you well. Just want to do a quick one. I was going to show you what I break my fast with. Now, generally speaking, what's kind of been good for my body lately, especially with the kids waking up early and things of that nature, I try to eat at like a 10-hour window. And most of the time, I do sometimes eat at night. I try not to. It does wreck my sleep, but I can't really go to bed on an empty stomach. I've tried. I just don't like doing it. But what I do break my fast with is generally a carnivore-based diet. This is 3 eggs, steak, beef tips from last night. I'm going to talk about this for a second. And then local bacon. We have our meat from Lillian Cattle Company. It's a local grass-fed farm. We know exactly where it is. We regularly go there for their pumpkin patch and a bunch of other things. But luckily, we found them at a farmer's market locally and have used them ever since. They are just awesome. And there's some cost savings involved in that too. Number one, beef marinated steak. Beef tenderized steak generally is going to be, I think it's like $7 a pound. But you can kind of cut that, use that for your regular tacos during the week, or we actually mix it in with their ground beef a lot, or ground sirloin a lot too. I kind of do it a half and half for extra protein for my kids, especially my girls, and obviously Morgan and Reese, but Trace as well too. Sierra is wandering towards the door. See, come here, honey. You stay. I am burping the house right now, so I've got multiple doors open. I'm going to have a podcast about that. Whether it's controversial or not, it's clear that breathing in stale air is not the best move either. We've got really high filters on the house, but I've also got an ozone filter at the front of the house, and then I regularly burp the house so that we don't have stale air inside of our home. Let me get back on subject. Sorry. But from a meat perspective, find a local farmer's market or find a grass-fed source near you. Sorry, I made sure Sierra didn't go outside. But find a better source of meat. We don't really shop at the grocery store for that anymore. We just don't. We know exactly where our stuff comes from, what they feed them, and, grass-fed, beef, well finished. And we found wonderful cost savings with it. Beef for tips. Is an awesome kind of cheaper steak alternative because you can get it for typically $7.50 to $8 a pound depending on the week, and you can make it with steak seasoning. It's just like having steak that night. It's awesome. So, and I always wonder, and I just question having steak, like fully tender steak constantly, like a filet mignon. I'd rather have some fat in it, especially for the kids. Don't get me wrong, I love a sirloin or a filet or ribeye. Yes, sign me up. But for regular use, every other day, or cost-effective savings, you can get beef for tips for normally $7 to $8 a pound. You can actually get those on ButcherBox too if you need to, if you don't have a local source. And then we use the beef tenderized steak with our ground beef for our spaghettis, our tacos, anything like that. We also do tacos with the beef for tips. And then also we have a local vendor for chicken as well. We get lucky with that too. But just be careful with what you get from the grocery store lately. It just seems like there's better options locally. And just try to find the best possible source for you and your family. For me, I'm typically protein based in my diet. I totally eat fruits and vegetables as much as I can, but I don't love them. So most of the time I'm having a carnivore, especially breakfast. But then I'll have, a serving of mixed greens or broccoli or something from the farmer's market. Or, yes, we do buy some, frozen vegetables and things of that nature when we have to. You got to do it. There's Sierra. She's not outside. But there's wonderful outlets. Please check it out. Locally, Lillian Cattle Company. They actually deliver locally if you spend over $200. And obviously, from a monthly perspective, if you're putting it out there, you're spending a lot of money on meat. So it's great. We just do, 1 or 2, beef deliveries a month. And that covers everything for us. And there's some really interesting based on hunting. If you hunt, obviously venison and deer meat, elk meat, things of that nature are very, very healthy too for you. So check that out. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, hey, find a grass-fed beef farm. Find a good local chicken farm that may or may not have a good, opportunity for you, and cook better. We don't use any seed oils, avocado oil, beef tallow. Those things are available to us here, so we use them. Check it out. Talk to you guys later.